popular one.
You did enjoy that?
I enjoyed the first one. They started actively making it bad afterwards.
Oh, of course.
And it was, like, dropped off.
I can't. I mean, the first. It couldn't have been serious ever, could it? I don't know.
I mean, I think with the first one, they were trying to make an actual, legitimate, like, science fiction horror. A lot of them would like that.
Huh.
Although it was particularly bad for them.
I can only imagine.
But then afterwards, they saw the success of it being bad, and they just decided to ramp it up further.
Go with it. I gotcha.
Which made it not as good.
Ha ha ha! Yeah. You want that badness to be organic.
Yeah.
Not forced.
Once they get to really self-aware about how bad it is.
Yeah, that's good.
For those kind of movies, it's not as fun.
I see what you're saying. You definitely need to see the original Alien, 1975, Ridley Scott's Alien.
Well, I don't think I've seen that.
You must. You should be able to quote that movie. That's so good. The second one, maybe even a little better. It's more action-oriented. James Cameron's 1986 Alien. Man, that's a masterpiece.
I've never been too much of a movie guy generally.
What's that?
I've never been too much of a movie guy generally.
Oh, yeah?
No.
I kind of like the lore and quotes and to be able to remember, Like my girl's very good at knowing directors. I'm not. But I'm pretty sure I could identify any Schwarzenegger quote somebody could drop on me. Big fan of myself, The Rocky movies are all pure masterpieces up to like 5?
Yeah.
Tommy Morrison. What a sad story. You know who Tommy Morrison was?
No.
Man, such a shame. One of the most exciting white heavyweights in many years. And the son of a bitch died finally from HIV. Yeah, he was a notorious chaser of loose women.
Yeah.
Right. And so, finally, maybe IV drug use, but likely prostitution got him.
Yeah. No matter how good of a fighter you are, it's hard to fight off.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. He was great, man. He was really great. He outpointed George Foreman in his later years. But suffered a couple of very big, spectacular defeats against relatively washed up guys. The kid only had 2 gears. He wasn't a smart fighter. He was very exciting because he was all about power and explosiveness. He honestly, for a moment there, he had some flashes of Tyson. Because he was a short, real heavy counterpuncher.
Mm-hmm.
Had this big old blonde mullet. Very exciting to watch, but yeah. Unfortunately, his demise was sad.
Great. I should get up to date on my history of famous fighters and whatnot.
There's some good info out there.
Since I'm now more into those.
Yeah. You definitely should. You know, certain key figures, Jigoro Kano, you know, certain people, it is critical for you to know who they are. To sound, you know, to make, we want to carry on a good conversation.
Fuck the Gracies.
Yeah, dude, I am so upset with this lawsuit. It's just terrible. I got a meme coming up. Should be a big one. My karate is safer. I don't know how I can pitch it. Sounds funny to me though.
Like jiu-jitsu
Well,
guys bitch about sambo being dangerous.
well, it is compared to jiu-jitsu, Jeff. Jiu-jitsu, American strip mall Brazilian jiu-jitsu has been whittled down to what? It's almost comical. And now we know. I mean, it's interesting. The truth has come out about the first few UFCs with, I think, was it Hickson was the matchmaker? One of the Gracies. I mean, they could handpick their opponents. Although Royce had to win his fights, he cannot hold that. You know, he did win his fights, but they weren't fixed. But you know, they're handpicking people. I mean, you cannot argue that Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is the greatest marketed martial art ever. That was genius.
Get more spin on it.
Like maybe had you owned a karate school right when Karate Kid came out, otherwise you're not going to be able to duplicate the mania. I went to one of the first jiu-jitsu schools. It was a Gracie jiu-jitsu school. Finally, their best heavyweight became one of my best friends and sparring partners for years. He had a really nice home gym. And I got Alex Stiebling from Pride to come do a seminar there. Joseph, did you get my second text that said he wouldn't be coming tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure it went out.
Yeah, otherwise I'd have been here at 6:30.
Oh, I just want to make sure it went out.
Yeah, you got out. Yeah, no, since we had someone like that, I was gonna.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
hoping. Yeah,
I was gonna.
I was really hoping we'd have 4 or 5 guys. First chance to make no second chance to make first impression.
Yeah.
So. When did he say he might be here, Jeff?
He just said later this week.
been thinking about a summer job recently, and I was made aware of a potential opportunity I had to look into. GE has a
Uranium processing plant
whoa.
down near. It's on the way from here to the island. Trying to think where that is, but near Castlehane.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah. I mean, it's all like it's none of it's active, so it's not like particularly dangerous.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
But I'm considering if I want to see if I can get a job working on that manufacturing stuff, which is it's basically just like an assembly line job.
Huh.
But it's
Specialty.
Yeah, it's in the nuclear field too,
Wow.
so it's something, you know,
Non-active plutonium.
uranium.
Uranium.
Yeah, it's not like radioactive or anything. It's not something you wanna like get on your hands regularly.
Right?
So you still have like gloves and whatnot.
I saw this video once of these
I think
Russian
lots of-
guys moving a canister of plutonium, and it was like an emergency situation. They had to move it a couple hundred yards, get it to a containment unit.
Mhm.
And so they had a line of like 30 dudes lined up.
Mhm.
And one dude would run up and pick it up and run like 10, 15 feet and then put it down and then keep running. And the next guy would run up, pick it up, run 10, 15
Yeah,
feet
that-
and put it down.
it's certainly realistic. I was talking to my uncle who
Yeah.
he works
Nuclear shutdowns with
Yeah.
like change out the fuel and clean the reactor.
Yeah.
And he the one he just worked was by far the dirtiest in terms of radiation reactor he's worked on.
Yeah?
And
Where is it?
I can't remember.
United States?
Yeah, it's in the United States. I can't remember exactly what. It's not in North Carolina.
No. That's good.
Which it wasn't as though it was like a dangerous amount, but it was more than they would recommend
Yeah, right.
you have generally. Which I say more than they recommend.
Where were you on 9/11, Gavin?
On 9/11?
Yeah.
I heard about the attack when I had worked very late the night prior, so
Yeah.
I was woken up by the news on television. Yeah.
What'd you think?
I was initially, I mean, you know, like everybody, I had no fucking idea what was going on, you know?
Did you watch it live?
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Did you see the plane hit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Live?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you immediately think like terrorism?
Yeah, but we do know that this has happened before by accident. Planes have struck buildings before under numerous circumstances. So, I mean, I didn't think terrorism at first. But I'll tell you what, dude, some of these fucking documentaries and some of the shit that went down, very suspicious.
Really?
Well, I mean, the industry technique they use to implode these buildings. You know what it looks like. If you're familiar with the technique and the tactic, it's very recognizable. And the way the buildings came down, the moment I saw the buildings come down, I immediately recognized it as a controlled demolition. And I was like, wow, that's weird. And so, yeah, man, some of the conspiracy theories are pretty fucking compelling.
I heard Bin Laden had a lot of porn on his laptop.
Yeah, that's definitely part of the urban myth, urban legends.
You believe it?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, you know. Yeah, some supposedly penitent Muslim.
You're really that far out of the ordinary?
No, probably not. I was just watching a documentary today about Bin Laden, funny enough. Some really interesting spycraft, how they caught him, you know.
Yeah.
Really good, several really good documentaries about it online.
Yes, as far as working maintenance on nuclear reactors, they certainly
Well, this was a Russian technique, and it was out of desperation.
well, I mean, generally still they
But it was entertaining.
they sit there monitoring. They have like a control section where they sit there monitoring your radiation levels,
Yeah.
and then depending on how bad it is, they're like, don't even like worry about tightening the bolts the entire way. Just
Yeah.
set them on. We'll send another set of guys to tighten them.
Yes.
You guys just need gas.
You just get them started,
Yeah,
and then
just-
get out.
Did you hear about that guy in Japan that was exposed to 5 times the amount of radiation it takes to kill you, and it ended up killing his DNA, and he basically melted away?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember hearing something about that. Yeah, some exotic.
Because your skin doesn't reproduce.
Okay. Yeah, I believe it. I remember hearing something of that nature. Fuck yeah, I'm scared of radiation. That shit. That's what woke up Godzilla. Remember? I didn't fuck around with that.
Fortunately, as far as most modern reactors go, it's really not too bad. The recommended dosage, like per year, they allow reactor workers to be experienced to is like, I think it's 900 nano. I can't remember exactly what the unit is, but
Raz or something?
which is like only a tenth of what.
Considered fatal.
Well, no, it's just what you would
Impact.
normally get in, like, just
Oh.
yearly.
Oh, in natural. Okay.
Yeah,
Natural exposure.
and that's a pretty difficult amount to get from working on a reactor just generally.
Ah.
Which is that they really don't produce that much radiation generally.
Well, now, it wasn't long ago they cut off the power to a nuclear plant in Ukraine under siege, and they had to get the diesel generators in to get the cooling system back online.
Yeah, it's certainly not something you want to
No,
leave around. It is potentially dangerous.
the Hunt for Red October. Are you familiar with that movie? About a nuclear submarine.
little bit.
Yeah, they had some interesting nuclear politics.
It's something where certainly this raw form uranium is certainly not particularly safe, but we've got a lot of pretty good modern
PPE. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still scared of it.
fair enough. I certainly wouldn't ask you to go
I was
barge
watching.
into a reactor.
I was watching Dr. No the other night. Yeah, it's some more interesting radioactive politics. Yeah, I'd be worthless. I wouldn't.
He's alive in that one.
Me now. What's 2003? Now it's 04. Certainly, my family lives in the 12 side, as most of them live in New York.
Wow.
My great uncle, at the time, worked in and out of the towers. So they were quite concerned he might have been caught in it. Fortunately, he wasn't.
Wow.
He was nearby enough that he's has some of the visual effects from smoke and whatnot.
Wow. That's nuts.
Yeah, think he was actually supposed to be that day in the tower, but
Really?
he had like got caught in traffic or something.
Wow. That's crazy.
Crazy good.
Yeah.
Sometimes when it's just not your time.
I didn't want to see them sometime in late May for a wedding up there. I don't enjoy going to weddings, but most of the ones I have been to are the Italian weddings. The food's been good,
Yeah.
and there's been a lot of it. Certainly not a fan of formal wear though.
No. Too boring. Doing some disarms here. I noticed you're.
Yeah, we got some new dummies. We're in some self-storage knives stuff.
Alex is into that.
Yeah, he is.
It's good to spar with them because you start to realize just how quick you can get killed with knives, man.
Yeah.
They're dangerous.
Yeah, I've seen a few people
Yeah.
talk about how they would much rather have someone attack them with a knife than a gun.
Oh. So, you're right. Yeah, it depends on the caliber scenario, but some knives, dude.
The other thing is both are going to wound you grievously if they hit.
Yes. Yeah, you get poked in the right spot.
And it's not super easy to avoid a knife.
It's not.
Not nearly as easy as people think it is.
No, it is very hard.
And unfortunate as it is, at least a gun has a greater chance of probably killing you instantly. Not super great, but probably better than a knife.
That's what it hits you.
Yeah.
There's some pretty amazing video.
Get it back.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Timed it right. Coast it over.
It's only 7 cal this way and getting this foot.
Pull me this way. When it touches.
Go so to guard, yeah.
Set it up here.
It's one of the best sweeps.
So I go for the inside and go for that.
still have to compete?
Hmm?
Do I still have to compete?
Yes, you must. In judo.
I don't really like my odds.
Huh?
I don't really like my odds to get against a bunch of black belts, but I will.
You're not gonna compete against black belts, intermediates. And you'll do great. I expect you to win. We can compete as early as summer. There's a couple of, I forgot where it was, but it's only 2 hours away. South Carolina. Right over the border.
Now, push, pull. Let's go.
So now what do you? Are you going down with me with that? So like this?
You can. It's up to you.
You can go right here if you want to. A little clear.
Ouchi.
What do you want to do tonight, Gavin?
Man, I'm probably gonna go home and drink beer. Myself.
Here. That's such a hard ball, is it?
No.
Ouchi usually isn't.
No.
Are ground rules for judo pretty similar to sambo?
Oh, yeah. Except you have less time, you can close the guard, and you can choke.
Okay.
But you can't do like leg locks and stuff.
No judo. Yeah, you can't touch them below the waist. And well, on the Iwaza, you can grab them and turn them, but no submissions, no knee bars, no nothing like that.
The next one. Here. Go here. This belt grip.
Mm.
Come up. Let's do a guard right here.
Probably gonna do 1 or 2 more of these. Been nursing a bit of a headache. The
We'll go to the ground then.
yeah, the up and down is
Yeah, it's rough.
and drink. Throwing the water up there around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad, but
Oh, judo's rough on headaches. Yeah.
You want to work on guard passing or sweeps?
we can do guard pass to start with.
So despite the fact we're doing ARV tonight, we'll do some usually in jiu-jitsu. So first of all, you crack the guard open. Yep, your guard. You probably need to pull up your pants a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, if you-
These things are a little baggy on me.
Here. Here. And he adjusts. Go to this position where you're shoved up on my leg. Now, come down. It's probably the best guard pass, in my opinion. Now, go to there. Or, you go with the other knee. Here. So, right here, head up, good guard position. Right here, right here. Maybe I'll grab there. Notice how I stay up.
One of my favorites is the old double leg guard pass. You ever just sprawl back and pin their legs together?
Yeah.
That is one of my personal favorites. Very effective. It's natural for a wrestler.
Here.
Too much of that two-catcher predator, Gavin.
No. I mean, a few clips, but not much. I got the best of once in a while.
I like the excuses because they come up with some crazies.
The smartest guys showed up with a Bible, and they're like, "Oh no, I was going to preach the Word of God." Like, what about all that lube and the rubber in your back pocket? And they're like, "Oh, that was no." So so I was like, if you're smart, you're going to show up with a Bible, right? And keep the lube in the truck, dude. You know. So what do you think you're doing?
Yeah.
But you know what I think was a problem with that show, and
The guy got killed for one thing.
yeah, the guy killed himself.
Yeah.
But there were
Two guys killed him. One guy did it live on air.
he did
Yeah.
on air.
Yeah, he was a commissioner. They went to his house.
Oh, that's right. He was in the house.
Yeah, and he shot himself.
Yes,
They didn't get it
remember
on
that.
camera though.
No, but the problem was also they caught the same guy like 6 fucking times because he was nuts. The guy was crazy.
Well, he showed up naked the first
Yeah,
time.
he was just so fucking nuts, and they kept catching him. He was like, apparently this guy spends all his time trying to pick up kids on the internet, right?
Yeah. They caught him less than 24 hours later.
Yeah, that's right. Or he's in front of a fast food restaurant or something like
Yes.
that, trying to make an excuse.
I think I showed you that clip.
Unbelievable. Yeah, what a moron.
Yeah. Yes.
Of course, then it makes them almost look like they're picking on the mentally handicapped, you know? But the guy's a fucking criminal.
So he's doing like arguably like the worst thing he can possibly do.
Well, honestly, my personal opinion is if somebody is insane and they commit crimes constantly, they're technically criminally insane. You know, I don't care if they finally don't go through with it. They are trying, you know.
Yeah, attempted murder is still a
Yeah,
criminal offense.
and but boy, it's amazing how much they give you off on the charge. It's like if you suck at murder, you don't get charged as bad. You know, it's like, so he shoots someone in the head, and the bullet goes around their skull and pops out of their ear. By some fucking miracle, they survive, and he doesn't get in as much trouble. Fuck you! He tried to shoot somebody in the head.
Yeah.
Just because he missed, it didn't work. You know, you can't. I never understood that. I was like,
Yeah.
no. If you shoot somebody in the head, you get it. You're going down.
Yeah. Or if they're on like fentanyl and think that you're like basically a space alien or some shit.
Well, dude, I tell you what.
I mean, there's separate charges for like some of those type things. Like you can get a lesser sentence for like crimes of passion.
Yes.
So there's like separate.
Yeah.
Where if you're not in your right state of
Recognition.
mind.
Yeah. And that is. I think some of that's legitimate.
Yeah.
Oh. But overall, I think we're way too lenient.
Lenient?
Lenient, and this leniency is costing us. You know, we let people get away with way too much in our society.